Hi. Never really done this before, so bear with me. I know we're supposed to talk about NAYC up here. I just wanted to start off with saying I really love this church. Every time I've thought about a church family, it's always been like going to church, praying with one another, but not really like being a family. And since the first service I started coming here, I felt the feeling of home. The feeling that everyone here was going to treat me like family, like we were all headed toward the same place. And I'm really, really grateful for everyone here. This youth has been so amazing. Y'all have just we've just unified, and NAYC, I feel like, brought us more into that unification. We went through so many things, and I also feel like with what everybody has been saying, I've seen a lot of repetition with how people have been feeling, how people have been feeling at home, hiding what they really feel at the church. Depression, anxiety, all these feelings of loneliness that can't really be cured unless you talk to people and release it to God. And it's really hard to do that whenever you don't have a family at your church. And I had been feeling very lost for a while. Sorry. I'd been feeling very sad, depressed for a while, and going to NAYC and again feeling the unity that this church has brought just kind of reinforced my faith. Going back to what this youth group has been through, I know we all feel a lot of the same things at home. We have a lot of the same problems, basically. And at NAYC, it was Friday night, and we were all praying, and God had moved so much in the service. And I remember just going out and carrying some girls back to the bus, and just crying over them, praying as we walked. And then when we got to the bus, we just sat down, and it was like the presence of God just fell on top of it. The Spirit just fell on us, and it was like His peace was in our hearts. And when we got back to the hotel, we were still praying, and it was a 30-minute drive to the hotel. We were still praying, and as we were walking through the lobby, I didn't know this, but later on someone told me that these two men were in the lobby, and they were laughing, and they said, "I remember when I was that drunk." And it kind of just brought me back to Acts 2. Acts 2:12 says, "Amazed and perplexed, they asked one another, 'What does this mean?' Some, however, made fun of them and said, they have had too much wine." Then Peter stood up with the 11, raised his voice, and addressed the crowd. "Fellow Jews and all of you who live in Jerusalem, let me explain this to you. Listen carefully to what I have to say. These people are not drunk as you suppose. It is only 9 a.m. No, this is what was spoken by the prophet Joel. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my Spirit on all people. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my Spirit in those days, and they will prophesy." This also was in my spirit on Thursday, and during the morning service, we had an evangelist come in and speak to us, and I was in tears the entire service. Off and on, she was speaking to us about her mission and what God has done in her life. And I felt like a burden. I feel a burden for those that don't understand what we understand. They don't have people to tell them who the Lord is. They don't have people to show them what worship is. I was so scared in my worship before I came to this church, so nervous and self-conscious even. But people like our youth leaders, our pastor, our hyphen, and even other of our youth, they've just shown me not to care, just not to care, and help me have a boldness in the Lord.